All right, Kiefer. So for number four, I'm just not gonna share the screen on the question, but it's basically a division, 876 divided by 3. That's the question, okay? And they said how many beehives should go in each truck and show your work. So this is the one where you have to do the boxes kind of problem. And then in number five, we will do the estimation. Okay. All right. So the question is 873 divided by 3. Um, you know how it is when we divide, we do the skip counting. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with skip counting by 3. Okay, so I'm gonna write that somewhere here. This is like your scratch work somewhere in this area. Okay. All right. So it'll be something like let me just get that. Okay. If we skip count by 3, it'll be 3, 6, 9, 12. We don't really need to go over that, but 3, 6, 9, 12. Now, if you notice, the number here is 876. So if instead of just skip counting by 3, you should skip count by 100 by 30. So you kind of need to add zeros each, and because let me see, no, just skip count by 100. The reason we want to skip count by 100 by hundreds is because of this 800 number right here. So we pretty much just copy the 3, 6, 9, 12. But instead of 3, 6, 9, 12, we're actually talking about 300, 600, 900, 1200. Okay. All right. So this is the one that you will actually use. All right. So since you have 876, where would you find 8? So now that you have the hundreds, I forgot to tell you, now you can close this. You don't have to worry. This is the one that we want. I'm going to write it just like what you had in your book. So you have 300, 600, 900, and then 1200. Okay. All right. So once you have that, remember that question where we say, where is this in the middle of? Okay. So since 800, so 8 is in the middle of 6 and 9. So therefore, we will get the 600. That's the lower number. We will put 600 here. Oh, actually, let's do that. 600 here. And 600, okay, because we're dividing by 3, that's equal to 3 times 200, okay? Basically, 600 is 3 times 200, okay? Now, that 600, we will put that here. No, not the 600, but we will put the original question, which is 876. So you that right, 876, and then we will subtract 600, which is the number from this one, right? And so you subtract this, that will be 6, 7, and 2. Now remember, whatever your number here, that will be the new starting point here. It will be the 276, and then minus, we don't know yet. We will find out soon enough. All right, so since you have 276, now, since you're done with the skip counting by 100, you will now use the skip counting by, basically just remove 10. So it'll be 30, 60, 90, 120. So this number's right here, okay? At first you do it by the hundreds, and then now you do by the tens. All right, so now you have, uh, but I don't have enough because I had 270. So I need to have more, okay? So I'm gonna erase this so we can start our skip counting again. I did not see that coming that we have more. Okay, so we basically the one what we have is what we need is 270. So we will write the skip counting by 3 again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. And then since we want to do it by 10, you just add zeros. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300. That's the skip counting that we want, okay? Earlier, it was 300, 600, 900, 1200, 1500. Now, we're just doing the 30s. So the next number that you have to look out for is this 276, this number right here, okay? Where is that? Where do you find that 276? You would find that in between 270 and 300. So you will use 270 right there. So this will be 270 right here. But what is 3 times what is equal to 270? Okay, so what number do you multiply? So 270, if we count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9. So 3 times 9 equals 270. So once you do this, you will subtract again, right? So you do 6, 6 minus 0 is 6, 7 minus 7 is 0, 2 minus 0 is 7. So that's just 6. So remember, this 276 goes up there. So therefore, the next one will be 6 minus something. We don't know yet. But since 6 is divisible by 6, we can actually say that 3 times 2, that's actually equal to 6. So therefore, you put 6 here. And then 6 minus 6 equals 0. So you don't have a remainder. So what does this mean? These numbers right here, I'm going to circle. That's the one that will go here. This number right there, that's the one that will go here. Oh, I'm sorry. This one should be 90. Okay, I'm sorry about that. This one should be 90, not 9. Okay, so this is 90. And so that's the one that will go there. And then lastly, this number right here, it should be 2. And so now when you add all of that, you will have 292. So that's number 4. Okay. All right. I know it doesn't seem like to make sense, but I hope that helps a little bit. All right. Now, in number 4, number 5, it says, look at what you solved, explain how you could estimate before you divide. So let's estimate this. And when you estimate, you will still use the skip counting. So I'm going to erase this one now. So for number 5, remember that skip counting that we have? Okay, I'm going to write it again. 3, 6, uh, 3, I need some space, I guess. So you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. But since our question was 876 divided by 3, then that's in hundreds. So you put 0, 0, 300, 600, 900, 1200, 1500. And then above will be things that are divisible by multiples of 100. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just add zeros. This one here is the one at the bottom is the one that's multiple of 3. Okay, so we're looking for 876. If you remember the part earlier on your number 1 question, we sort of like I asked you, where would you find 300? So I sort of like covered this part right here first, right? I covered this. And I want you to look in the bottom number. Where would you find 800? Where would it be in the middle of 800? Is it in the middle of 300 and 600, 600 and 900? Where would it be in the middle of 912? So since this is 8, if you count 8, okay, count 8, where would you find 8? This 3, you can read it as 3, 6, 9, and then 12, and then 15. If you count 3, 4, 5, 6, you did not, 3, 4, 5, 6, you didn't count 8. 6, 7, 8. Oh, there we go. So these are the two numbers that we want. So therefore, your estimate will be between 200 and 300. So for number 5, it says, explain how you could use estimation. So you can use this table. You can say that 876 is in the middle of 600 and 900. That's actually what you're going to say. After you copy this table, by the way. So 876 is in the middle of 600 and 900. Therefore, the answer, or not the answer, but the quotient of 876 divided by 3 is between two numbers, and those two numbers are 200 and 300. That would be number 5. Okay, and then the last question is explain how to use multiplication to check your answer in number 4. What was our answer? Was it 292? Let me just double check. 292, 672. Okay. All right, we're doing number 6 now. So 876 divided by 3, our answer was 292. So if you remember, how do we do the checking? So we said that in order for you to do the checking, you multiply the answer times the divisor. So multiply them. So 292 times the divisor. And then you add whatever is the answer. You will have an answer here, right? You need to add the remainder. If you have a remainder, and then they will have another number. If this number is the same as 876, then you have done your checking. So that's the first thing we need to do. We need to multiply first. So 3 times 2, you have 6. 3 times 9, you have 27. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2, that's 8. Now, since the answer is 292, we don't have a remainder, so the remainder is 0. 876 plus 0, that's 876. And truly, 876 is the same as that. So that means that's how you check your work. Okay. All right. I hope this helps. I know it's not a very, very expansive explanation, but that should get you with your homework. And if you can try to practice it, the same problem, you can try. You're welcome. Okay. All right. I'll see you next time. Good luck.